And we are back. Welcome back to the Copa America prediction series. It is time for the final day of match day 1, which means we're here to talk about Group D. And to be honest, I'm very happy again with my performance last night in Group C. Sadly, no correct scores, but 2 correct results once again. So I will take that as we look ahead to the final day of match day 1. And as always, if you haven't done so already, please do consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to the channel if you're new around here, because best believe we'll be covering all of match day 2, match day 3 and all of the knockout stages in the Copa America, as well as all of the remainder of the Euros as well. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. The final day of match day 1. Let's talk about Copa America Group D. And we start off with the early kickoff. As always, I say early, it's 11 PM my time, but it is Colombia taking on Paraguay. And going into this, you actually look at this group, it's, in my opinion, probably the toughest group when you consider you've got Colombia, Brazil, both in there, and Costa Rica and Paraguay are more than capable on their day of producing results against good teams. It's going to be an interesting one, but we start off, like I say, with Colombia and Paraguay. And going into this, I think, realistically, this is easily Colombia's game to lose. You look at recent form, Paraguay haven't even scored in any of their last 4 matches, whereas Colombia have been free scoring, most notably 5-1 against the United States, who recently drew with Brazil. So big plaudits going in the way of Colombia at the moment. They've also had good results against European countries recently as well. I think most notably they beat Spain recently. So they're playing some very good stuff, are Colombia at the moment. But to be fair to Paraguay, defensively they are pretty solid. A lot of the games that they haven't been scoring in, they've still been drawing 0-0 or losing 1 or 2-0. So that's where I'm going to place it. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Colombia. But if they really do turn up, I can see them winning it by more. I just think 2-0 is probably the safe option. So I'm just going to go for that. Like I say, for me, I think the biggest shot for this game would be if Paraguay scored after, like I say, 4 matches in a row without scoring for them. Then we move on to the other game, which sees everyone's favourite South American country, Brazil, unless you're from any other South American country other than Brazil. But everyone loves Brazil, and they're coming up against Costa Rica. But under serious pressure are Brazil. They are really not on it at the moment. They recently drew with Spain. They recently drew with America. Like we just spoke about, they just lost 5-1 to Colombia. And obviously Brazil drew with them. Brazil have also lost to Colombia themselves. They've lost to Uruguay. They've lost to Argentina, all in the space of the last year in their World Cup qualifying. So Brazil under significant pressure. Yes, they did beat England at Wembley, and I was there. Feel free to check out my reaction to that match somewhere else on this channel or in the top corner of your screen if you can find it. However, they do come up against a Costa Rica side that aren't particularly doing too great themselves. There's no more Keylor Navas for them. They do still have Joel Campbell, the former Arsenal player. It's his biggest claim to fame, and they're probably their biggest claim to anything at the moment, Costa Rica. But they have won their last 2 games. They have got 3 clean sheets in a row, albeit not against the most difficult of opposition. So there is maybe a chance for them. And like I say, Brazil really aren't playing that well at the moment. So I'm going to play it safe again. I'm going to go for 3-1. I just think it's a 2-1 or a 3-1. I'm tempted to go 2-1, but I just think it's the first game of the tournament. Brazil are going to look to want to make a statement. They're going to look at the way the other countries have performed. Argentina comfortably winning. Uruguay comfortably winning. Arguably even America comfortably winning. They're going to want to go into this game and say that they are the big dogs in this group. They're not going to be undermined by Colombia. They're going to overlook their defeat to Colombia and put out a statement victory tonight to better than whatever Colombia do in the earlier game. That is the responsibility of Brazil in tonight's match. So I'm going to go for 3-1 rather than 2-1. But honestly, like I say, the way Brazil have been playing recently, those comments from Ronaldinho about him not watching any of this tournament because this is the worst Brazil team he's ever seen. Huge pressure on the Brazilians, as always, to deliver. And it could be Costa Rica's opportunity to capitalise. But that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 3-1. Like I say, for me, it's either a 2-1 or a 3-1 game. But we'll see. I'm going for 2-0 to Colombia and 3-1 to Brazil. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. And obviously, I'll be back once again for the next round of matches in Group A tomorrow afternoon at the same time. I'll see you there.